going to go over all the guys you want to stream for tonight, Wednesday night, February 3rd. The first game is Milwaukee Bucks and Indiana Pacers. On the Pacers side, Miles Turner is questionable, and if he cannot go, I think Sabonis is probably going to be the one that benefit the most. But he's already, there's no way he's out there. You could try, if you need some blocks, you could get this guy Gogo Batadze. He's a pretty big blocks guy in very limited time, but I highly doubt he's gonna get 25, even 25 minutes. So he's really not a pickup. Guys, you want to stream is Justin Holiday. Do they have a back-to-back? Oh, they did play yesterday already, the Pacers. So, yeah, they had a back-to-back. They had a game yesterday. So Pacers guys, Justin Holiday is probably the best guy out there. You can stream him for some threes and steals. McDermott only for points, and his minutes really up and down. And TJ McConnell for sure. You want him for steals and assists. He's been averaging 1.8 steals, which is he had a 4-steal game actually just yesterday. He's one of the leading steals guys in the league at the moment, and 6 assists is also very high. You're not gonna get that value. And honestly, if your team is a pretty heavy guard team, I would roster him full time at this point in 21 minutes too. With all these guys injured, like with Oladipo gone and Caris LeVert hurt, right? There's just more minutes opening up for guards at this team, and TJ Warren is obviously out. Jeremy Lamb is another guy that I like. Give you good points in efficiency, right? And Justin Holiday again is mainly for his defense and a little bit threes. Not really interested in anybody else, even with Miles Turner being questionable today. And on the Bucks side, everybody is healthy, right? And the Milwaukee Bucks, they do not have a back-to-back today, but they do have a back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. So if this week you really need some, steals, I would definitely go for Dante DiVincenzo. He's probably, being dropped in some leagues. He has really picking up those steals. I would still try to stream him for the next. They got three games in the next 4 days, so I will stream him. Again, Bobby Portis. Who are they playing tonight? They are playing the Pacers. Pacers are somewhat good regular season team at least, so this game probably won't go into overtime won't go into be a blowout. So I'm not too interested in Bobby Portis, but you could definitely stream him today. And they have a OKC. They have a Cleveland back-to-back, right? Maybe one of those games are going to be a blowout, and Bobby Portis gets his 25 minutes. Right? He's in 22 minutes. He's getting 7.5 rebounds, so that's still good enough value. If you need rebound, you can stream him for next 3 days. Not interested in any other guys on the Bucks. The next game is the Sixers and Charlotte Hornets. Embiid is questionable, and if he cannot go, right, just keeping an eye on his status. Do they have any? Just look at it real quick. Philadelphia, yeah. Oh wow, they have a back-to-back, and Embiid is probably gonna miss a back-to-back. My guess is he probably won't play today. If he does play today, there's a good chance he misses tomorrow, right? So guys like Dwight Howard for sure benefit the most. And I thought Tony Bradley is gonna go off with Embiid out the previous game. Hopefully, he didn't do much, so he's a little bit inconsistent. Dwight Howard is a way safer choice. In 17 minutes, he's averaging 8 points. So just a lot of guys. Don't know if you guys pick up the trend. Just a lot of guys that can give you a lot of rebounds on the waiver wire. The rebound specialist, right? I can just think of a couple other guys like Tristan Thompson as well. To give you 7-8 rebounds, Josh Hart, 7-8 rebounds. So rebounds, you don't have to worry. And same thing with steals. You can get a lot of steals guys, like 1.3, 1.4 steals guys on the waiver wire. Dwight Howard is probably one of the best rebound guys, and also the block potential and some field goal. He's gonna really shit on your free throw stuff. Matisse Thybulle is another guy that I really like for streaming defensive stats. Man has been averaging 1.6 steals and a decent amount of blocks, and his minutes is up. Like if he pushes up to 25 to 30, at that point he's you probably want to roster him in 12 teams. But at this moment, not enough minutes, but still giving you 1.6 steals. He can easily go off, get you a 4 steals game. This categories like this, you want to stream those guys can really swing the matchup. Danny Green also another guy I would stream. I'll give you some defensive stats as well, and they have a back-to-back. So a lot of Sixer guys are pretty attractive to me. Danny Green, Shake Milton as well. If Joel Embiid ends up not playing, but his upside is no longer there, he mainly give you points. I think there are better options out there. And on the Charlotte Hornets side, Terry Rozier is questionable and PJ Washington is confirmed now. So if Cody Zeller, he's probably already picked up in your league. If not, you can definitely pick him and just ride him, see what happens. He's been playing really well. Bismack Biyombo, with him out, you can stream him for not only just rebounds and also a little bit blocks. There's just so many guys you can stream for rebounds, right? Cody Zeller, yeah, I must pick up. And Miles Bridges, not too interested in him, to be honest. Even in large minutes, he's not doing much. And Hornets, they don't have a back-to-back this week. Malik Monk, yeah, is another guy that if you really need some points and threes, you could stream him. He went off, right? Had like 30 plus points. If he can, maybe he's on a hot shooting streak and the coach might play him. He's worth a stream if you really want some points and threes. Stream him for the next 2 games or so because there's some usage opening up with the absence of PJ Washington, and the coach might just play him more minutes if he's playing so well. Right on the Mavericks and the next thing, Mavericks, Atlanta Hawks. Mavericks no injury, so everybody back. I'm not really interested in anybody to stream anybody. If Tim Hardaway Jr. is available, sure, you can stream him for points and threes. Josh Richardson, another guy that just not doing enough. He's still averaging 30 points, so if you want some consistent scoring, you can pick up Josh Richardson. He also had a great game. But all the role players on this Mavericks team, they're so up and down. It really depends on if Doncic is finding them. If Doncic wants to pass you the ball, or if somehow you get open. Right? It really depends. Same thing with Dorian Finney-Smith. All those 3 guys, they have good enough minutes, just not doing enough. And the Atlanta Hawks side, I would DeAndre Hunter is still out, so Cam Reddish is my number 1 guy to stream on this team. He mainly give you steals, 1.2 steals, and that's 1.3 steals, and that's really it. That's really only his value. I mean, 12 points is nice. He could, go off for 20 points sometimes, but he's mainly not a big scoring guy. Kevin Huerter is another guy. If you just want some, nice stats all around, some points, some threes, some rebounds, some assists, 3.4 assists from the waiver wire is not too bad. 1.1 steal is also respectable. Not interested. Gallinari is still only averaging 15 points. If he goes up to 25 to 30, he's worth rostering or streaming, at least, giving you those efficiency and some threes and some free throw, right? Not a good defensive guy. But with everybody healthy, not too interested. And Bogdanovic should be back soon, so we'll be interested to see how Atlanta Hawks, like who is really gonna eat on this team. Could be anybody on a different night, different player eats. The next game is the Clippers. This is a back-to-back for the Clippers. We're interested if Kawhi Leonard ends up playing. So if he does play again today, for those of you who drafted Kawhi in the 2nd round, congrats. Honestly, nobody saw it coming. Everybody thought that, hey, Kawhi is gonna miss back-to-back. He's gonna miss quite a few games. But hey, if he played, that's such good value. He's number 2 player at the moment. So that's really good. And on the Clippers side, Patrick Beverley is out. You can still stream Reggie Jackson. Luke Kennard, Lou Will, Marcus Morris, none of those guys has really good upside. Because the minutes won't be that high. And Zubac, you can stream him for, again, rebounds. This is a common trend. There's so many rebound guys out there, right? Guys play 19, 20 minutes. Rebound, he's a pretty big field goals guy. A little bit blocks, not a lot. And on the Cleveland count, a lot of guys out. Taurean Prince is the guy you want to add and stream in the short term because Larry Nance Jr. is out. He's been getting 30 minutes, and in 30 minutes he's useful. He can get you the defensive stats. He can shoot threes and grab rebounds. The efficiency, especially specifically field goal, might be rough, but everything else is pretty good with him. Andre Drummond is also questionable. So Jared Allen should already be rostered, so he should go off again. Isaiah Okoro, even in 35 minutes, he's not doing much, right? Getting 1.2 steals is nice, but not interesting in anything else. Let's go into the next game, Houston Rockets and OKC. This game is interesting. A lot of usage. You see all the main guys are out. John Wall is out. David Nwaba is not a main guy. While Shea and George Hill, so OKC, a lot of usage opening up. I would So on the Rockets side, I look at Eric Gordon, right? With John Wall out, he should probably give you 20 points. Pretty safe option out there. This year's season he's been averaging 17.5, and with John Wall out, he should give you more than that. PJ Tucker, I'm not too interested, even though he's been playing hard. Rockets, they're almost in the playoff hunt. Without Harden, after Harden gets traded, they've been playing really, really well, right? And Cousins, he had a great game due to a blowout last game. I wouldn't count on him, but if you need some, if somehow, let's see, they have a back-to-back today and tomorrow for the Houston Rockets, so I would consider getting definitely consider getting a guy like Jason Tate as well, some strong defensive stats. I wouldn't stream Cousins because he's probably gonna miss the back-to-back tomorrow. Yeah, Eric Gordon is the number one option. Maybe Daniel House, the minutes is there, and he's been getting some defensive stats, but Jason Tate, I think, is a better option here. He plays harder than. And on OKC, Theo Maledon is the stream option or the pickup. He probably has the highest upside. Both George Hill and Shea, they're both out. So Theo Maledon should get some heavy minutes. I don't know who else is gonna come off the bench. Sorry, who's gonna start? Right? Maybe all these guys gets a slight usage. Derrick Basley, sure, he's been really struggling shooting the ball and also not getting the defensive stats. This game, it's just really for him to take over, I guess. He should be the second guy offensively, although his offensive talent is limited at the moment. Lou Dort, yeah, sure. I expect all those guys to have a slight usage bump with George Hill and Shea out. But Theo Maledon you can pick up and see what happens. George Hill is going to be out of 4 weeks anyways. The next game is the Washington Wizards and Miami Heat. On the Washington side, Westbrook and Ron Neto they're both out. So the play is to grab Ish Smith. In 20 minutes he's been averaging 4.6 assists. So if you need some assists and steals combination, Ish Smith is the guy to go for. Pretty good. Not quite as good as TJ McConnell, right? But he will get more minutes. Maybe he get more assists. Rui Hachimura as well with he give you good points and good field goal. Nothing else. A little bit rebound. 4.7 in 20 minutes is not a lot. You can also stream him for field goal and points. Davis Bertans, you can. He's probably rostering a lot of leagues. I would stream him for threes only. That's the only thing he give you. And on the Miami Heat side, Jimmy Butler obviously is back. Tyler Hero is questionable, and it opens up some guard position minutes, right? Kendrick now had a really hot shooting, week, and he just didn't get any minutes last game. That's Heat's rotation for you. You just don't know what's gonna happen other than Jimmy Butler and Bam, and Duncan Robinson seems to be, and Tyler Hero, those 4 guys. Goran Dragic is gonna come off the bench. Kelly Olynyk, his minutes being up and down, right? I'm not too interested in Olynyk. But out of everybody, he's probably the guy I want to stream. But there's not one category that he really give you, case, you need all the stats. Then you can stream him. But Miami Heat, they don't have a back-to-back. They don't. So I wouldn't really stream any Heat guys unless you really need. Your waiver wire is very thin, right? Kelly Olynyk becomes like the best option out there. And the next game is the Knicks and the Bulls. Knicks, no injury. Wow. And on the Bulls side, Otto Porter is probable. Wendell Carter Jr. is still out. And on the Knicks, it's Emmanuel Quickly is the one I would I would stream and maybe hold for a few games, see where it goes, right? Alec Burks is the second guy. If he's dropping your league, it's worth taking a look. He hasn't. He had a good game last game. I think he had 18 points, but it's just too inconsistent. Like the minutes for him is not inconsistent. The most minutes he's gonna get is 27, 28, while RJ and Randall, those 2 guys are getting 36. Everybody else, we don't know. Alfred Payton only had 15 minutes or 20 minutes, while Emmanuel had 26. So if that stays, Payton, you can stream Payton for a game or 2 if you really need his. This season his assist numbers has not been high because Randall's took it off, right? And his steal numbers has been low. So I don't really see a reason you would want to stream Alfred Payton. The upside is quite low for him, right? But Emmanuel quickly is my first option. Burks as well. Nerlens Noel, sure, he's the best steal and blocks guy out there, right? If Mitchell Robinson ever gets hurt in foul trouble, he would play more minutes. And on the Bulls side, with Wendell Carter Jr. and Thaddeus Young, I already talked about this, I think, a couple of days ago. Thaddeus Young is the pickup. They have a back-to-back coming up Friday and Saturday. So if you stream him today, you can hold until Saturday and pick up another guy. Otto Porter Jr. is probable. If you need some efficiency, some rebound, and some threes, sure, you can go for him. Patrick Williams, I'm not too interested. Even in given high minutes, he's not doing much. I'll be much happier to go for Thaddeus Young. The man just produces, right? And at the moment, guys like Terrence Sanders are just not getting enough minutes. Even in 17 minutes, he's averaging 4.8 assists. So if you can get up to 25, he's probably the rosterable guy. If you can't keep up the assist rate. Okay, let's go to the next game. Sorry, 3 more games? Yeah, 3 more games. Next game is the Minnesota Timberwolves and San Antonio Spurs. Cat is still out. I don't know why they say Naz Reid is sidelined. I think he's listed as probable, right? And Cat is still out. And I think D'Lo is questionable. Did they refresh the page? They did not refresh this. They didn't update it. So with Cat out, Anthony Edwards is, I think, my if you need points, sure. He probably have one of the highest upside in today's game, all the waiver wire guys, right? Jared Vanderbilt is really, really nice, giving you those defensive stats. But the minutes, even without Cat, has not been high. So his ceiling is kind of, his ceiling probably not as high as Edwards, because Edwards is getting 30. While Naz Reid is also worth taking a look until Cat comes back. And on the Spurs side, let's see, Eldridge is going to be out. And so is Rudy Gay, I believe. You can definitely take a look at Jacob Pertl, right? But this season he hasn't been a big blocks guy, but he should give you solid enough rebound. See, in 20 minutes he's averaging 6. Solid rebound, solid blocks, and a little bit field goal, right? I don't really see anybody like Patty Mills. Sure, you can stream him for points and threes, but everything else is so little. While Derek White, he's been back, played 2 games. He's probably still on a minute restriction. So if he's still out there, you definitely want to pick him up and roster him. This way, he doesn't give you eye-popping stats, right? He's probably gonna give you 13 points, like boring, 4 rebounds. Looks pretty boring, 4 assists. But he's pretty efficient, and he's still in block numbers. Mainly why people are so high on him, just because he can block a lot of shots for a point guard. That's just really good value. Let's go to the next game. The Phoenix Suns and New Orleans Pelicans. Suns, they are Devin Booker. Why do they say Devin Booker is still out? Didn't he play last game? Just checking if if he's already back. Rato just hasn't updated. Yeah, he's probable for Wednesday's game, so he should be good to go. And I expect Chris Paul's production to dip a bit. He's been insane this season. Someone I would still try to. The best options is either Jay Crowder or Cameron Johnson, right? If you need points and threes, and they are playing the Pelicans, I think it's pretty friendly, fantasy friendly. They like to play. Maybe although this year Pelicans they got a new coach, so their pace has slowed down quite a bit. But I think they still like to give out donations, right? So I would stream Jay Crowder or Cameron Johnson for some points and threes. Both guys probably gonna hit 2 threes a game on average. And on the Pelicans side, Steven Adams is still out. I'm not interested in Jackson Hayes at all. Guys, I'll be like maybe Josh Hart will be getting more minutes. Josh Hart will be a really good stream, give you the more rebounds again. There's so many rebound specialists out there as a guard though, so that's really good. Maybe a little bit of defensive stats, but not a lot of scoring, I don't think. Yeah, this is the only guy. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, his minutes really up and down. We just don't know it's a gamble, but he does have the upside to play maybe 30 minutes. give you decent stats across the board, but just inconsistent in terms of getting the minutes. The next game is the last game of the night is the Boston Celtics and the Kings. Celtics got a few injuries, not injuries, just Marcus Smart is out, Kemba and Payton, so they're really thin on guards, and I expect Jeff Teague to at least play at least 20 to 25 minutes at least. So if you really need some, and this season he's been, just really fell off. I mean, he was getting decent steals earlier, but now it's gone, right? I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown probably going to soak up all the usage anyways. And if you need some big man stats, Tristan Thompson and Daniel Theis, they're good options to give you really good rebound. Tristan Thompson here, another rebound specialist guy, in 22 minutes averaging 8.4. And Robert Williams is probably the man with the highest upside if he gets 25, but he probably never will this season. Even 15 minutes can grab you 6 rebounds. And on the Kings side, Harrison Barnes is probably already rostered in majority of the 12-team leagues in 9 category. The biggest thing with him is he upped his assists and even steals is somewhat okay for his standard. Marvin Bagley for sure. If you need points and rebounds and you don't care about the other 2 efficiency, sure you can pick him, right? But if you try to win free throw, don't. This man might ruin your free throw for the week. Nobody on the Kings. Tyrese Halliburton is a must roster guy, and if you're in really deep leagues, you can stream Hassan Whiteside. Hopefully he gets 15 to 20. Give you 3 shots. Just have an explosion game. That's it for all the games tonight. See you guys later.